या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
More than 300 men and women killed. 85-year-old mother of a BJP woman beaten and left to die. BJP women workers raped on streets, and 400 plus Hindu families in Bengal flee to Assam. All this in less than 72 hours after TMC's victory in Bengal. Do you remember when BJP won Assam and Puducherry? Not even a tiny violence has been reported. But now, when Congress wins the elections, what a nonsense is happening. Do you understand who is a hero and who is a villain in the story? Forget about Hindu-Muslim. Just a non-political observation. How cold-bloodedly the victory is killing the defeated. The opposition has been trying tooth and nail to brand Modi as a fascist and dictator. But the thing is, they have failed miserably, and through the current happenings, they also left a valid proof to the public as to who are the goons, who are the real terrorists, and who are the monsters. This is a wake-up call, my dear people of the nation. This is a wake-up call. Of course, we cannot do this 5 times a day on mics all across the country, because that would be a serious breach of the one-sided secular fever that is running in the country. Do not wait until your house is burnt. Just because you aren't harmed yet doesn't mean you are under a safe blanket. What's happened in Bengal may happen around you, or even to you and your family. Mamata is in revenge mode, giving free hands to morons, TMC goons. Now, how many chief ministers are waiting in the queue to take revenge? When they can't do anything to Modi, they will target the people of the state. Don't think this won't happen in other Congress appeasement states. It's not happening because they don't have enough supply of goons, but they're hiring. You've seen Bainsa riots. You've seen how shamelessly the police stopped and captured Bandi Sanjay and other ministers just because they belong to BJP party. When they get enough strength, your skulls will be broken on streets, your daughters and wives will be raped, and I'm bored of repeating. We have been telling you since 1 year. These are strategic methods in full action to destroy the government. I warned you guys before. These are planned events, and this will happen again and again because you people have no guts to stand up and act against them. Even after giving so many solid proofs and a path for the agencies to follow. If you still listen to Dhruv Rathi, read the fake news of The Wire, The Quint, Alt News and other such portals, and you get data from Wikipedia, then you people deserve these rights. All of us saw these events happening in front of our eyes, but we never connected the dots. Bengal today has become a live laboratory, but with more vicious, more deadly, more brutal strategy to destabilize the elected government at the center. At least now do you understand the reason why we put out the cover pic of our YouTube channel? What Bengal has witnessed this time is not new in this country. Kashmir in 1990, Delhi riots in 2020, Bengaluru riots, farmers' protest, and now this Bengal riots are classic examples of this mass and planned massacre of Hindus. They are very perfect in their strategy. The problem is you. You being unaware is the problem. Most of you are still thinking that it's an accidental happening. Or you may think you are safe because you are not in Bengal. And most of you are still following the fake news factories which are doing business out of your stupidity. Loading your brains with wrong information and crafting you as a mental landmine. Result of all this? Genocide of Hindus. The media which brings correct information to you is getting killed or facing death threats from the goons. In this situation, I'm here to reveal you how this selective Hindu slaughter by this butcher and her vultures were pre-planned. A typical radical MLA openly threatened those who betray TMC will pay the price. A TMC leader Sheikh Alam states that we can form 4 Pakistans if 30% of Muslims in India come together. Not only this, but Monster Banerjee, being one step ahead, openly threatens BJP supporters in her rally that who will save them from central forces would be sent back.
তখন বলবে আর কিছুদিন সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্সকে রেখে দাও আর কিছুদিন সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্স দাও যেন আমাদের বাঁচিয়ে দেয় তারপর এখন আর দেরি নয়.
Among all this hate, it was a deliberate attempt by these anti-nationals to globally shame BJP as a spreader of virus so that the bloody game of their monsters could be hidden. Not forgetting the Bangladeshi racket involved in hijack of the Indian elections. All this Kela was being played in front of your own eyes while a section of paid anti-nationals were preparing grounds for the terror unleashed in Bengal. Greta Toolkit, exposed on our channel, had clearly mentioned objectives against Hindu culture, captioned as disrupt yoga and chai. This code word clearly hints no one else except Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath. The AAP MLA Tahir Hussain, who was masterminded of the Delhi riots, has openly confessed in his statement that he wanted to teach Hindus a lesson. If I start listing all the incidents, the list will go on and on. Above all the Bangladeshis have casted votes in the Bengal elections. The king's fight, the grass loses its life. There is no better way to describe Bengal today. The Chandelier Gotra, Durga Sloka chanting, and the broken leg drama were all to attract the secular booth sleeping in Hindus who are doubtful whom to choose before elections. This has become a trend. There is one genius youth leader who becomes a Janudari right before elections, and this lady becomes a Chandelier Gotra, and Durga Slokas they recite. When will our people realize that these are jackals wearing the skins of lions for time being, so that the whole forest obeys their wish? After elections, every time we have to stay astonished that they are not lions but jackals as they take off their masks and show their true colors.
BJP worker's wife was allegedly gang raped by 4 men in West Bengal's North 24 Parganas district. There seems to be no end to the political crimes in Mamata's West Bengal.
The BJP leaders have left Bengal strangely. The Trinamool leftovers that joined BJP before elections are safe. The glorious celebs who joined BJP are safe. The foot warriors, the Karyakartas that stood with BJP are being murdered. Houses of BJP supporters have been set on fire. Natabari BJP candidate, a winner, has had his office vandalized. An attack on his car has happened. Phone calls after phone calls have had people crying, saying that their houses have been demolished. I'm so disappointed with the BJP at the centre, just doing dharnas without taking proper action. This is an added advantage to the Trinamool goons. The fight between the kings is over for now. A different fight is on the ground. The grass might not take it that long. Mamata's power hunger is at the stake of our country. Worst, she wanted to gain political sympathy using dead bodies. She's talking about compensation, but she's not talking about punishing the goons. Because they are your people, is it? Okay, but what's the solution? Can we change the situation? Yes. I can think of 2 ways. Number 1, stop watching the fake media. You're still watching Wikipedia, is it? Searching in Wikipedia is like smelling the shit vomited by all kinds of idiots. Anyone who is interested in authentic information will not participate in this crap. It's an anti-Hindu platform. We have done significant amount of work in exposing and destroying a few anti-national forces. Now it's in your hands to unfollow them, report them, kick them out of the country. As long as you purchase this shit, the situation cannot be changed. In fact, it's going to be very difficult after 2022. You will see it. The traumatic images and videos which were circulating in social media, half of the Bengalis are already calling these images of fake. The TMC people. You understand what kind of monsters these are? Number 2, right to cast vote. The voting system has to be changed. The registered and qualified voter need not come to the booth for voting. Request the government to work on such a model. Every citizen should be empowered and learned enough to fight the situation. Voting should happen in a protected environment. See, elections is everything in democracy. You elect a monster, you bear with it for 5 years. So imagine, demographically, if about 90% majority people voted, the present situation would have been completely opposite. This is a wake-up call. String is concerned and going to work with the government to bring changes in the voting system. We will bring a non-political common platform and make sure this is not repeated in future. And also make sure the younger generation will decide the course of the nation through their vote. Mission 400. Jai Shri Ram.